What's up, and welcome to the Indie Credible Podcast, episode 42. I had to check then because I always forget this. A weekly podcast where we get together. So my phone literally
and, it's a what?
just beeped in. I was like, what? A weekly podcast where we get together and chat about the world of indie gaming. We go through what indie games we've been playing. We go through our impressions of those indie games, any reviews we've covered. We go through the latest indie game news, and we cover a main topic. Today we're going to be talking about which gaming event around the world is best for indie games. If you want to go to a gaming show that's for indie games, which event is best for you to go to? But that's going to be at the very end. You can catch us on YouTube if you want to watch the actual video stuff, and it's worthwhile watching the video because we have all the trailers of any game we talk about play in the background behind us in a little photo frame, and it's a good way of actually seeing what we're talking about. Because we do a pretty bad job of describing things.
And you can check out Lewis's man bun.
You can check out my man bun as well, yeah, sorry.
The thing is, on camera, it looks like you've just got really small hair.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like you've got a bun on camera.
You can check out the man bun, yes. Or you can just listen to us, audio versions. We're available on SoundCloud, we're available on iTunes, we're available on Podmatic, we're available pretty much everywhere. We're still waiting for verification from Spotify. It's a bit of a pain in the arse process, but when we get there, it'll be great. But yeah, so we can't get some Spotify at the moment. But until then, hold tight just go to SoundCloud.
Yeah, just go so many
simple,
places.
Really.
We're gonna introduce who we are.
Yeah, let's go
for the new listeners, because we're getting new listeners.
We are getting new listeners.
We're getting new listeners.
So,
yeah.
Oh no!
I know this because people tweet at me and go,
yeah.
Really like the podcast. I'm like, who the
Why are you tweeting me, dickhead?
Because you don't tweet.
You don't tweet.
Oh,
anyway,
well, if you tweeted me.
I pimp out all the time. Follow this person. Well, not all the time because there's no
Sorry,
point.
I'm not a whore.
Well, that's not what I've heard. 5p Tom, that's what they call him.
I'm kind of your. I hate the word host, but I'm kind of the host.
Yeah,
Lewis, and we've got Dan from at the Dice Bear. And Tom from at Shriek and Profit. That's Twitter handles. What's up, Woody? Pretty much everywhere now. So if you type in that, you can follow me if you really wish to follow me. Don't follow me.
You should follow all of us, especially Tom.
Yeah.
And then spam his account. Just
I'll tweet if you spam. I'll respond to that. I'll respond to every
Should we dive into what we've been playing this week, gents?
Let's do it.
Yeah,
cool. Who wants to start?
Me, because I'll be the quickest.
Go on. You played nothing.
No, I played something.
Oh, go on, what have you
Did
played?
you play the game I sent you?
That's a no.
The code doesn't work.
Really?
Yeah. Code don't work.
Must be an American code then.
It said either invalid or out of date.
Okay.
No, I dipped my toes into Yonder, the
Card
Chronicles.
Cool.
Yeah. Seemed alright so far. That's all I've got to say.
Seems alright so far.
How long have you played the game?
Not very long at all.
Okay.
But it's very cute. And I do want to play more of it, yeah. It's just, cool. It's really struggling to motivate myself to play anything when I get home from work at the moment. I've napped almost every day after work.
You've hit the burnout stage.
I don't know what's happening to me. I'm turning into a 40-year-old overnight. I'm just like...
Welcome to my world. Wait until you wake up to piss in the middle of the night. It's glorious.
I'm looking forward to you playing more of that because... see what we think to it. It's just, as we've said before, it's a
really nice game.
It's a nice...
It was
in all honesty, I slightly overscored that. I think I got caught up in the whole cuteness and adorability. Is that the word?
You make up words on the time, mate. Just go for it.
Don't question yourself.
Just go for it.
Adorability.
If we feel like questioning you, we will.
We will, yeah. But you'd never question yourself,
I'd have been
mate.
fine
You just go for it.
I'd have been fine with adorability.
Yeah. Adorability. I love making up shit. I'm looking forward to playing more of that because it's it's just.
I enjoy that cats are a collectible.
Yes.
When you
don't get like me though and try and find all of them because they're fucking everywhere.
Yeah. I just keep stumbling across them.
So
you will do at the start, and then there's a point where you just start going, "Shall I collect them all?" At that point, I cut off from it.
The moment you put your headphones in because you got 360 surround sound to try and find the meow, that's when you know there's something going wrong. That's what I was doing.
You need to reassess your life goals.
That's weird shit I got to. Dan, do you want to talk about next we've been playing?
Okay, Tower of Time from Event Horizon.
I've had this game.
And it's just killed Tom. It's just killed him. You've
been playing this on Mac?
I've been playing this on PC.
Cool. Oh, how you got PC?
I maybe borrowed a laptop from somewhere that
I
won't know yet. But
I've had that on my Steam account for 10 weeks. Because they gave it to me very early.
Yeah, well, it's just come out of early access.
Very bad for 10 weeks ago.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, they had the arrow time.
Yes.
That was broken as fuck 10 weeks ago. So I was like, I'll just wait until this releases. And now I know it came out recently, didn't it?
Yeah, it's just come out of early access.
It's massive, isn't it?
Absolutely romping it on scores wise. It's on 9.4 in the user score on Metacritic.
Tower of Time.
Okay.
Tower of Time. So it's a dungeon crawler, kind of like Baldur's Gate.
Classic RPG.
But it's got this really wonderful arrow time combat system, which allows you to slow down or stop time, which doesn't take it to turn based. You know, it's not that. It's all right, Tom.
Okay.
It's all right.
Not fucking stupid.
But what it really does is it goes, instead of you, like you do in most of the real-time combat ones, just run around and go, oh, fucking, yeah, I'll hit this one, I'll do that. You can go, right, I'm going to slow it down. Okay, I've got those two there and those ones there. If there are archers at the back, then I'm going to use my mage to attack this bit and run my, tank in there.
So it's
so you get this tactical puzzle bit, and then you start pulling it out to real-time it, so you get your attacks in there. And then you can slow it down when you're just like, right, hang on. I don't want this to stop. I want them still moving there, but I need enough time to be able to execute these bits. And it's really nice, really nice.
So when I played it, there was no slowing down. There was stopping and going.
Just stop and go.
So you stopped and go, but when you went, it was like everyone was on acid.
Like,
and you were like, well, they died. Okay, so that's why I messaged the guy, and he was like, oh no, we've only just added this kind of stuff in.
Yeah.
It is a bit buggy at the moment, so I was like, okay, I'm going to just step away from it until it releases. But it is a game I want to jump on.
There's like 50 hours worth of gameplay in there. I don't
50
know.
to 70 is what I got an email.
I haven't played that. I've just jumped in and gone, it's really good looking.
Yeah.
It's because usually in your dungeon ones are quite tight, and it's like there's a corridor and that's all you can see. In this one, you get a lot of the background bits going on. It reminded me of remember the bit in the Mines of Moria when they're running up the stairs and you get those big epic views, yet they're still in the mine. It was very much like that sort of thing.
Very cool.
So.
Yeah, so as soon as they sent the email through, I loved the look of the screenshots.
Yeah.
And I loved the idea of it. And I said to the guy, I love what's here, but it's just, like I said, I spoke to you about it ages ago. And I was like, but I just wasn't ready to play it when it wasn't complete. But it's the kind of game I can imagine that I will lose myself in.
Yeah, if you're a fan of Baldur's Gate, which pretty much everyone is.
Well, you should be anyway.
I played it, so I couldn't say.
Maybe not.
I fucked my voice with that coffee. Honestly.
You really did.
Yeah, you did.
I breathed some lemonade. And literally. Inhaled a bit.
And, of course, I've been playing Ni no Kuni.
Cool, which I'm
going to talk about in the not so indie show.
Which you can get a week early if you go support us for $1 on Patreon.
$1.
Just $1.
Just $1.
Yeah, I should actually say, I always forget. At the beginning, you're seeing a scroll going across. They're the big boys. They're the guys that throw us $5 a month.
That's really cool.
Yeah,
we call them the big boys.
Yeah. You want to join the big boy club? $5 a month. You get that, and you get
that's official.
And you get a week early.
Actually, on another note, talking about our big boys. One of our patrons, Trev, so Anti-Science 666, has just started a Teespring campaign where you can go and buy T-shirts for his indie game called Tank Wars.
Brought it today.
If you bought one,
yeah,
I've got to wait for payday. So once payday hits, I will be getting one, and you will get to see one on the show. But if you go there and buy a T-shirt from it's Teespring/Tank Wars. Buy a T-shirt, it'll help support him make the game. So if you're a patron of ours, not only are you helping support the show, but we'll support you too. Because we're fucking amazing.
Yeah. So
welcome to the big boy club.
The big boy club.
You scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. Easy. Yeah.
I feel like.
All right, should we go on to what I've been playing?
I was ready for that to go dirty somehow.
Same.
You scratch my back, I'll nosh you off.
Have you played any more?
No.
You said Ni no Kuni 2.
Oh, and Fortnite, obviously.
Yeah. I'm not going to speak. Okay, I've got 3.5 games.
3.5 games.
3 and a tenth of a game.
3 1/10 hours then.
So I'll go through it quickly. I'll quickly wrap up Defiance because there's a whole preview up. If you want to hear my full thoughts on Defiance, then go watch the preview. But Defiance 2050 is a game released in 2013 called Defiance. Do you remember this on PS3? It was at the end of the PS3 Xbox cycle.
Yeah, it was tied in with a TV show, right?
Yeah, that's the one. So this is a slight upgrade on the visuals, but what they have done is they've rebuilt the game from the ground up for free to play. Now, but instantly I was like, oh fuck me, that's going to mean monetization everywhere. It's not at all actually.
Yeah.
Because although the store hasn't been active for the closed beta we play, and there's another closed beta happening this weekend, the store's not active then. I've sunk in 11 hours overall, and there's not one time I've ever seen how they're going to monetize anything other than cosmetics, because there isn't any there's no currency in the game.
Right.
There's nothing saying you can't do this without buying this, or
right.
So I think the monetization will just be cosmetics, and also the fact that because it's an older game, they're not going to try and shut player base out. They want players on there.
Yeah.
So I don't think they're going to shut players out by having the.
What's brought this about? This coming back?
I don't completely know, but
died a death, didn't
what I will say, so as I said,
the TV series wasn't that great.
Yeah, Brian was talking about it on
cancelled.
stream. Brian said it was okay, but he didn't finish it. But what I will say is there's a gap in the market for this, definitely at the moment. Because, okay, granted, it's not Destiny in terms of it's not as stunning as Destiny. It hasn't got the brilliant sound design of Destiny. It hasn't got the brilliant gunplay of Destiny. But what it has got...
Yeah, go on.
You just really stripped that game. So, shit sound.
No.
Not the best graphics. Not a great gunplay.
No, but if you take it back, then it's an MMO at the end of the day, and Destiny isn't an MMO.
Yeah, no.
It's a shared world shooter. It's not a full MMO. But this has some brilliant boss design. Okay, some very bad boss designs, as I say in the preview, but some great enemy design.
Yeah, no. In your preview, you called them that the big boss is just a bullet sponge.
So
with
one of
nothing
them,
else to it.
that's the biggest issue. That was the instance. So we didn't grind it because again I say that's one thing I will say. There's no grinding in the game. Like just organically we went
Probably
through.
that upsets you.
No, because I'm sure Endgame will come on. But like I didn't. But as in main story quest lines, we never got there and we couldn't get in the mission because we weren't level.
Right.
So it just naturally was like level. Oh, we're level 10. We're level 12, and it felt nice. Like you weren't like, I've got to run off and do this now. But yeah, so we were kind of playing through to get to the instance, and we were like, okay, we won't get off stream until we do the instance. And the instances, if you like the dungeon kind of thing, the actual one was fine itself. But when you got to the guy at the end, and it looked like he was going to have all these mechanics, and then we literally stood there for 10 minutes and just fired at him. And he didn't do anything. Yeah. He was really disappointing. But there's these other bosses that are like public events that spawn. They're really fucking cool. But they're really hard. Like we failed 3 of them because they're just too high level.
Right.
Which I like because I'm like, okay, that's what I need to work towards.
And I can come back and do that one later.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like a PS3 game. There's no denying that. It doesn't look graphically, it's not brilliant. But I had a lot of fun there with a friend, and that's what I said. And on consoles, the fact that it's going to be free to play on PS4 and Xbox One, I can imagine some guy commented on the YouTube thing saying, is it suitable for my 9-year-old? I said, the only thing I'd say no about is it swears in the cutscenes. There's no adult content apart from the swearing. Obviously, there's aliens jumping around at you, so
and you're shooting things, so
things
there's
about
violence.
But then he probably plays Fortnite, so
yeah, that's true.
Kids are naturally violent.
But no, so Defiance 2050 they say
feral little beasts.
Summer 2018 release for consoles as free to play. I'm gonna have more impressions up on it as we go along, and I'm gonna play it when it comes to play PS4, and I'm gonna kind of put some time into it. I'm probably not gonna be the kind of end game grinding or getting everything like Neverwinter. I'm probably going to prefer Neverwinter over.
Yeah, Neverwinter was really good
over this, but it's fun, and there's a gap in the market. Like I said, for those who haven't played Destiny or looking for something like Destiny, and it's free.
It's like Died Destiny.
So, well, they keep banging on about this Warmind DLC, which is like
couldn't give a
gonna
shit.
Save the game. But anyway, we won't talk about that. I also played. So my main game I played this week was for the Swords of Ditto.
Yeah.
And review went up a day late, but
Still went up.
Still went up.
Yeah.
It was late, but he didn't give a shit. He was like, I don't care about your laws of time. This is going out now.
Review went up a day late, and I gave it a 9. The reason it went up a day late...
And so you don't need to see the review.
Yeah.
Yeah. The reason I gave it went up a day late is because that game was a lot more content than I expected. Good content, though. So, quick premise of the game. You play as the Sword of Ditto, this kind of chosen hero who is spawned into the world. You have 4 days to kind of rummage through the world, go through this very classic Zelda-inspired, go from like map to map kind of sequence. Killing enemies, grind through, get XP, get toys, which are effectively weapons, get stickers, which are effectively abilities. Do all that stuff, and then after 4 days, no matter what you're doing, you have to go and take on Mormo. If you lose in the dungeon castle to Mormo, then you go back to the beginning. Apart from your level and currency carry over. So it's the rogue light, not rogue like.
Rogue Zero.
Yeah.
All the taste of a rogue.
So it's, I mean, there's no denying. The game is genuinely adorable. Like, it's absolutely stunning. And what was really impressive about the game is because it's procedurally generated or randomly generated worlds, I was trying to not break the game, but trying to find cracks in it. So you go across this map and that doesn't line up with that and things like that. Absolutely perfect. It just seamlessly fit together. It felt like I couldn't remember the different playthroughs because it felt like it was one map, although it was always different. And then there was always hidden secrets. There's always, what's in this cave? Oh, wow, this cave goes down 20 levels. Oh, there's a mini boss. Oh, wow, I've just got a new sticker. Okay, that's my 4 days up. Shit, what do I do now? And although the only thing I mark it down for is the continuous starting over, and there's a lot of starting over. I think I put in about 11 hours to finish the game, probably started over about 6-7 times. The continuous starting over will put some people off the game, no doubt about it.
Put me off.
Yeah, but I liked it because every time I felt like, okay, I've used that toy now, what's the point of using that one? I'll try another one. So every playthrough was like a complete new experience because they are drastically different. And the stickers you get are, you can add elemental damage, you can add health regeneration, you can like make yourself poisonous and all this kind of stuff. And it's really good. The dungeons are pretty cool. It's probably the best Zelda game I've played that isn't Zelda.
Okay.
It's probably the best compliment I can give it. A classic Zelda, not modern Zelda. Yeah. Like, best classic Zelda game I've played that isn't Zelda. I really liked it. But like I said, subjectively, I would like to score it higher. But objectively, a lot of people are going to be put off with the whole restart again. And it's fucking frustrating when you don't look at your health and you don't. So it's your fault, but you die and you're like, no, because you didn't take eat some food to restore your health.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden, an hour and 20 minutes work is just gone.
Ugh.
You're like,
ugh.
I should have eaten that food.
My life is already full of disappointments as I look back. I don't think I needed that.
Another game I played is Solo. Review is literally done. I finished it this morning. I was up until 2 o'clock in the morning finishing this game. The review's done. It just literally needs to be uploaded. Gave it 7.8 and it's adorable again. Solo, so it's a isometric-y kind. It's not isometric because you move the camera.
Well, it can still be isometric.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, isometric-y puzzle game based around love. Oh. And it is probably one of not necessarily the most emotional games I've played in terms of making you really feel upset, but definitely emotional in terms of how it makes you think about your past life. Like, I was trying to explain to you.
My past life. When I was King Henry VIII.
Sorry.
Wow.
Let me say again.
Delusions of grandeur all the time, mate.
About your past choices in life.
Right, okay.
So basically what happens is the strength of this game is the simplicity of the puzzles. That is the strength. The puzzles all based around these boxes, and effectively you just move boxes around and you can climb up, but they get harder where there's like one box that kind of opens up into a bridge and another box that can stick to walls, and by the end of it they're genuinely like, how the fuck do I get there? And all of a sudden you go, I've got it, cool.
Right.
You get there and the puzzle design is really good, and as I say in my review, the seamless integration of it where the fact that you don't need a tutorial adds to the real kind of mellow atmosphere of the game. You're not there's not a tutorial saying do this goes here, you can use this like this, because it's so simply designed. You just look at it and you go, that's got suckers on the side of that box, I reckon that'll stick to a wall. Oh, look at that, it sticks to a wall. So everything just works the way you'd expect it to work. So you go to these lighthouses, unlock these lighthouses to then send a beam to these totems, and you go to these totems and they will ask you very philosophical kind of questions. I won't go so an early on question will be like, have you ever loved? Like, that's like the opening question. And each question has 3 options. It's like, I'm currently in love with someone, I have loved in the past, but at the moment I'm looking for love, and one's like, I've never loved in my life. So I play through the game, because it says at the beginning, please answer all questions according to your life, as it will be a lot more impactful for you at the end. So I answered exactly. So I said, I've never loved in my life. No, I answered as I would. But I played through the first bit again to see if there's different. There's fucking huge difference. Like, the game is completely different for someone. By the way, to the point of where the colour of the island. So if you make a choice on a question one time that is a little bit controversial. So one I did actually, I was to the point where I was like, fuck, if Sarah sees my answer to these, like,
you're a dead man.
Yeah, because so one question genuinely had me stumped, and it was like, do you believe that there is a soulmate for life, or can love evolve? Something like that. And it was like, no, I'm with this person for life now. Nothing will ever happen. Another one was like, I want to be with this person now, but I don't know what's going to happen in the future. And there was one that was like, I'm not actually happy now. I want to be. So I picked the one that was like, I'm happy now, but I don't know what's going to happen in the future.
Yeah.
And the world went from this vibrant colours to a kind of reddishy brown, and then when you go past your...
That's not fair.
No, it's a bit harsh.
No, because... Yeah. So you think it's fine.
You were honest and realistic about it.
But then when you go past, it's like...
A soothsayer.
They're like...
in the future.
Yeah.
They're like... I don't know what to call them. They're not ghosts, but they're these like figures of a female. So if I chose to play as a male, and you can choose whether you want to love a male, female, or a non-specific. So yeah, so I walked past a female called Sarah, because you name them at the beginning.
Oh, nice.
And then... But they
okay.
But then it gives you a quick snippet of their thought, and their thought is like, I thought you wanted to be with me forever.
Oh, that's heartbreaking.
Yeah, but that's what. So it does that. So you see it from their point of view, and you're like, fuck, I didn't mean it like that.
Yeah.
Like, but then I'm like, actually, a woman would react that way. Like, and it's...
Would they, though? Because I'm pretty sure if I turned around to my wife and I said, look,
yeah,
I love you very much, but we both got to understand that we don't know what's going to happen in the future.
True, yeah.
I'm a bit of a twat. So at some point, you might realise that and go, hey, I don't want to be with him anymore. So at some point...
You've got to have the, like, one day you're going to come to your senses.
Yeah, at some point,
you'll realise who you're with.
You're well out of my league.
All I will say is this: I really don't want to go into spoilers this game, because it was going in not knowing these questions and answering them that made that.
So you spoil it.
No, I'm not spoiling it, because I've literally touched on like these questions get deep, and I've not.
So this is shallow level version of these questions. Right?
Yeah, there's 3 islands to go through, and like the last question, I don't want to say anything. I was like, fuck, read that, asking me that, fuck off. I was like,
can't want to hear this after the podcast.
So,
I think this is the type of game we should live stream.
So it's, but it's very
with our partners next to us.
It's very
sweating.
It's very mellow. It's very chilled out.
It doesn't sound mellow or chilled out at all.
No. So it is, and then it is until. But these probably out of the 4 hours, there's probably only 10 questions.
Okay.
So they're not like all the time, like bombarded.
Constantly bugging you.
Because you have to get to them, and there's all these like classic hidden puzzle, like optional puzzles where you can get animals to meet up, and you'll get. And there's this guitar one, like
weird bestiality.
So there's like two islands, and a bridge is broken in the middle. When you fix the bridge, and they like, oh, well, I've made it home and things like that.
Yeah,
and
right.
There's the guitar ones where you find like sheet music, and you can play the guitar a little bit like the Ocarina of Time in Zelda. And then it kind of changes the weather or changes the colour of the environment, because you've brought life back to it. It's just it's so charming. It's really relaxed and chilled. But I've never had a game, or never played a game, that has made me stop and genuinely think about previous relationships and current relationship, about decisions I want to ask.
The way he's treated women.
Finally.
About time. We've been going at you for this
Do you agree in Rahitna?
Yes.
Do you agree in Rahitna?
Do you agree
with Rahitna?
Yes.
No. Yeah. The Team Gotham are the developers.
Well, thank you for trying to
educate Lewis.
I know it's a hard job.
It's really,
to do it.
And I will stress, this is not a game for everyone, because it is a 4-hour puzzle game where it is effectively about love. And some people will be like, what the fuck is fucking shit?
Gay shit.
Yeah.
Come on, I don't want this.
They will be like
to go boom, so I can teabag him.
I think you'll really like it.
He's worried about me. He's not sure how I get on with it.
I think you'll turn around and actually go, do you know what? I really appreciate the puzzle design here, because it's solid and it's simple and it works really well.
Yeah.
I think some of the thing you'll be like, that's a bit fucking soppy. Yeah. That's what I actually think you'll be like. Whereas for me, I'm like,
I am a bit more like you in that sense. That I'm into the.
But no, it's really good. It's very good. The only reason I gave it 7.8 is the camera. There's our camera issues with it, and you can't fucking invert. So it's stuck as invert x-axis, and you can't change it, but you can change y-axis. What the fuck's that?
Why?
Yeah, that's exactly what I said when he told me. Like, what?
Yeah, so I spent the first half hour to an hour like camera going all over the place. I'm like, whoa, fucking hell. So that annoyed me, and then towards the end, where these puzzle boxes get more complex, so you want a box to go on a certain place, but where it's quite like tight, you're like, get there, but the camera's not, so you have to go back off the camera, go back on the camera, and then finally get there. But I do say in my review that might actually be a hidden part of the narrative, because to struggle a relationship and all that, I doubt they're gone for that. But if you see it that way,
I think that might be taking it above and beyond what the
that's probably me
really
reading into it too much. But no, it's coming to consoles. This is a perfect Switch game. This is a genuinely perfect Switch game, and it's coming to consoles early 2019. Is what they've said so far. But yeah, review will be up when this is up. Go check it out. You look at the game and you go, wow, that looks adorable. Like, that is just charming as hell.
I'm interested to see it.
Yeah. And that's Monster Prom. I've literally played 20 minutes of Monster Prom. I'm currently reviewing it. It's a dating sim where you play as a monster trying to get people to go to prom with you.
Okay, cool.
So it's like your normal life.
Fucking love it. Yeah. But I literally played 20 minutes and I'm like, I want to play more of this game. But that was at 2:30 last night. And I had an interview today for my job at Morehouse.
Have you really?
So I was like,
I think that's enough.
I should probably go. And Sarah texted me saying, get to bed now.
At that point, you'd be like, fuck yes, off come the trousers. And then you realise you're married, so now you're going to be happening.
Again. Yeah, and that's everything I've played.
Cool.
That's everything I played. How long we got time? Yeah, we got time for this quickly then.
It's on 20.
Giveaway time.
Hey!
Giveaway time. Before we go on to the news, giving away a copy of RoboCraft Infinity on the Xbox One.
Right.
Do you remember we played it at
EGX.
I remember.
Remember, like the Lego-y kind of game?
You get the blocks, you build blocks, and you craft.
I remember. It was
He
at
doesn't
the, It was at
remember.
the Xbox bit.
Yeah, it
I
was.
remember.
Yeah, because we've already said Xbox.
I didn't realise that. I wasn't listening to lyrics, was I?
RoboCraft Infinity is out now on Xbox in game preview.
We're just talking over him as he's trying to give this giveaway.
Yeah.
We have a game code to give away to people. What will happen now is there will be several posts out on Facebook and on Twitter for the podcast. There's normally 4 a week that go out. All you need to do is comment on one of those posts with the words Robot Infinity. Someone who comments on those.
Oh, okay.
And also
That's what I got to do.
Robot Infinity.
That's what I got to do.
I thought you were going to come up with some jazzy word.
I was going to go V, but I was like,
Ham Spangler.
Yeah, like,
People just get annoyed, I think.
but
Do they?
just
Yeah.
Robot Infinity. Just literally comment Robot Infinity, and that way I know you've seen this, you've watched the podcast.
Yeah.
I'm not going to, obviously follow us if you want, but the fact that you've actually taken time to watch the podcast and then come across to us, that's your chance of reward. And we're going to announce the winner, I would say live for us, but 2 days
next week on the
Yeah.
podcast.
next week's podcast. So RoboCraft Infinity, Xbox One. And next week we're going to have another PC one. I was going to do 3 at the beginning of each month. I'm just going to do 1 each week.
Yeah, sounds better.
Makes sense.
Cool. Let's go on to the news.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I just saw that.
250,000 Scoville's vodka. Is it you? This guy going, fucking hell, Trev.
How?
Jesus.
That's surely undrinkable.
Christ.
Surely.
Sorry, for the audio listeners, one of our patrons, Trev, who we spoke about earlier, developing the game and has merch out now, has just tweeted us a picture about some very, very, very fucking strong vodka.
He wanted to know what I was drinking. He likes to know what we drink during the podcast. I'm drinking
Cloudy
some
lemonade.
Glenfiddich, bottle of Glenfiddich, because I'm an alcoholic. And so he sent me a bottle of... Lewis can't drink because he spills it everywhere. A 250,000 Scoville's Naga Chili Vodka.
Fuck.
That is ridiculous. Anyway, sorry. Let's get on with the news.
Back to the podcast.
News. So, every week we take you through the latest indie game news that we've come across. We might miss things here or there, but we're not perfect. Come on, give us a chance.
Don't. We really don't.
One bit of news that I really liked and I thought was brilliant for them is the fact that the Darwin project is now free to play on Steam.
Ooh.
Hey.
Gone free to play. Duos is a
Nice.
thing now in there, and they've just released a fucking huge, and I mean huge, customization pack. Over 200 items in the game now. Some are available straight away to customize your character. Others are unlocked through progression. Still no monetization.
This is a game you
Really?
heavily vouch
They
for
will
this
because
game,
it's now
don't you?
free to play.
Yeah, I was about to say, surely with
No money for them.
Well, no,
yeah,
because
free to play. Let's monetize little bits. How about you get
because
all of these
before
clothes
it was
for free?
it was £20 to buy the game.
Yeah.
So they've clearly, I'm sure it will come in, but at the moment they've probably it's still set up as a pay game, not a free to play game.
Yeah.
Right.
But Scavenger Studios, they seem pretty legit in terms of they don't want to alienate market and all that. And people are really I went on the forums. People are loving that game.
Oh yeah, it's all over the place.
Really liking that game, and the fact it's free now, and it is on Xbox now as well. It's on Xbox, but it's only in game preview. If they're going to free to play on Xbox, I think that'll do them really well.
It's a good move.
Have you seen H1Z1's coming to PS4? Free to play.
It is the thingy this weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, on console. The beta on this weekend.
H1Z1's coming free to play on.
Anyone really care?
No, but
I'm looking forward to it.
Do you think
does that include the vehicle battle royale thing?
Apparently, it's the whole game.
It's the game.
The full game.
So I think that's going to be.
Okay.
But PUBG's not on PlayStation, is it?
Yeah.
So they've gone. I mean, that fucking dickhead. Is it? I'm sure it's Brendan Green, player unknown himself, where he calls himself.
Oh right, okay.
He's like, oh, I'm like, wait a minute. You fucking copied H1Z1, so don't you start trying to say they're copying you.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's not an indie game, so
who cares?
So on to it. Tom, you wrote an article this week about iFun for All, the developers of Serial Cleaner
and several other games, but Serial Cleaner is the most prominent one that I saw. Yeah, I did. Yeah, do you want to talk about it?
Go on, talk. Ritual,
yeah.
Go on.
They released apparently the game has already been announced, but I didn't know about
it. So I got the email the day before, and then the following day they go, here's a trailer.
Yeah, there's a teaser out for it. Doesn't really show much, it's just like a little bit of animation. There's some really
old retro
stuff.
Style.
But the
style of the animation.
The animation, yeah.
It looks very similar to the similar kind of style of
art style of Serial Cleaner,
which I'm
very much
all
so,
up for. Like,
I mean, I've found one screenshot of the game.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's actually of gameplay or if it's just like a concept piece.
Yeah.
But yeah, it all looks very similar to Serial Cleaner.
So what is the game?
It is a top-down survival shooter. It seems to have a narrative, but it's all very sort of vague at the moment, obviously, because its press releases aren't exactly the most in-depth analysis
Take from
of games.
them as you will.
Exactly. Yeah. But it's set in the West, but they call it the Weird West. I think is what they call it. Yeah. Apparently, that is a subgenre that I've never heard of. But they were talking about it's
everyone should know.
Yeah. I had to look it up. I was like, what is it? Basically, just means anything set in the West, but the same weird going on.
It's like alternative.
Same sci-fi or fantasy or something.
Cowboys versus Aliens was
Weird West. Yeah. Basically, there's this girl and she's a bit weird, and you're a bounty hunter, and you've got this mission to escort her to her family home. But then, each night these disgusting monsters come and try and attack her, and you've got to defend her and yourself using traps that you can craft yourself, weapons you craft yourself, and you can barricade yourself in and all this stuff inside houses. Right. And basically, I think it becomes just a survival thing during the night, like a wave.
So it's kind of like I Am Legend then, because not the movie, but the graphic novel.
I haven't read the graphic novel, but
because the graphic novel is basically about this guy who has to spend during the day going out collecting bits to block up his house to stop vampires coming in. I mean, in this case, it's probably not vampires, but you've still got to do the same sort of thing.
Monsters, so it could be vampires.
There was one, not sentence, but statement in your article that got me interested when you said, like a adventure through a grotesque Wild West.
Yes.
I was like, that just sounds awesome. Like,
you're welcome.
I can't think of I can't think of like a horror element Wild West game. I can't think of one.
Other than Red Dead Redemption.
Other than the zombie one, yeah.
That is the only one that I know of.
I
think Western games are sort of a hole in the market anyway, in the sense of as an action game, especially.
As soon as you release a Western game, everyone compares it to Red Dead.
Yeah, well, you can't compare this.
It's the same as if you release an open world game where you get to do pretty much what you want, like GTA 5.
Well, it's like Sinner.
I compare it to Gun.
It's
for
like
the PS2.
Sinner.
Like Sinner.
Bring out Sinner. What's that? It's a
Dark Souls. Yeah.
So
but no, it looks good.
It does look good, actually. Yeah, and I would like some gameplay, but obviously it's very early on at the moment.
Yeah,
so
they've only just announced the game, really.
We can't really expect much from it at the moment.
We also got the news that Far Lone Sales, which was at EGX Res, but I didn't actually get a chance to jump on it. Did you?
I did.
Was it any good?
I did.
It was all right.
It
was a mobile game.
I can't work out what...
Sorry, it was. It sounds really harsh, but it was a mobile game.
Yeah.
It's the type of game you see on mobile. You've got this little steampunk-esque
it's a rocket thing,
train thing that will sail across with the winds, and then you go inside and you're a little person, you do missions and you fix different bits and you build it up, and it was quite cute, but it was a mobile game.
Well, it's got a release date, 17th of May on PC, PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, and it's also coming with a digital art book and soundtrack, and I gave the soundtrack a little go because they got like a demo thing. That's quite nice. It sounds pretty cool.
What kind of music is it?
Very much what you kind of said, like that dystopian-y, not cyberpunky.
Sensual.
I'm probably the worst to ask about music genres.
All right, well, Dan, what kind of music is it?
Hardcore funk.
Yeah.
Wow. Now that is a soundtrack I like.
You know that?
No.
You know that atmospheric.
It's ambient.
It's ambient music.
It's ambient.
It's noise. Is it noise or is it music?
No, it's music.
It's music.
It's nice that I would like. It's kind of stuff I put on when I'm editing. Like I put it on the background and I'd edit to it.
But
and
not
it'd be
Swifty
nice.
that he usually edits to.
No, I edit to
Swifty.
Final Fantasy.
Do you really?
The Distant Winds soundtracks.
Nice.
Yeah. I can't edit with lyrics. It just distracts me.
I can't write with lyrics.
So
that's why I've been doing synth based.
You start going like, I stay out too late. Got nothing in my brain. Is that what you start doing?
Well,
no, because we're not listening to Taylor Swift.
Absolute fucking trash. I listen to real music, mate.
Lake Ridden is another game that got a release date, and it's a game that we are. Well, if you watched last week, we're big fans of it. 10th of May, it's coming out.
It's so soon.
On PC. 10th of May on PC.
Motherfucker.
They haven't confirmed a PS4 or Xbox One game. They really. The impression I got from talking to, I always want to say Sarah.
Sarah, isn't it?
Yeah, but she spells it Sara, and then
She's Sweden, actually.
yeah, so that's what I mean.
That's how they spell it there.
I heard you say she's sweet though.
But in Sweden,
like she's sweet though, ain't she?
I don't know,
She's
maybe-
sweet though, isn't she?
She's proper fine, right?
maybe it's me being weird and thinking with a Swedish accent, they'd say it as Sarah. Because I'm sure I
No,
heard,
that's just because you like the labyrinth.
but I'm sure I heard the other guy call her Sarah. But anyway, Sarah.
Whatever.
We go with Sarah.
I'm sure it's close enough.
Yeah, we go with Sarah. Sarah.
Midnight Hub, is that it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
talking to Sarah at EGX Resd, it seems like they're very much depending on how well the PC version does, if they can port it across.
So buy it.
So buy it so that we can
they are,
play it.
Yeah.
because they are self-publishing the game, so they haven't got.
I don't think it's going to have
publishers.
much trouble, to be honest.
I think it'll be. I think it'll be a slow
their
burn.
only issue will be advertising. I don't think they've
Sure,
got
yeah.
the money to put into the advertising.
Well, here we are doing
Here we
our
are,
best.
bit of advertising.
No, 10th of May. We'll have a review up close to the time for that. I'm going to be playing it on Sunday. Is when I'm going to start playing that game. I can't wait to play it. It's going to be good.
I can't wait either, but we have to wait
We
for
have to.
a long time.
Laser League, the game we spoke about before, is leaving early access after only being in the early access for 2 months, and is getting a full release on Xbox One and PS4. I just find that bizarre. Why
Couldn't have been that early access.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Build
Like,
on there.
that confuses me. Like early access games are normally this game's a year off release.
Yeah.
We're releasing it in the idea that it will cost you £10, but it's going to cost £20 when we release it, and you're going to get updated content.
We're still building it, coping with the fact that it's going to be a bit shoddy.
They had a closed beta, then it went, which I jumped on. Then they had early access, and then they've gone release. Yeah, I don't know what to think of that. As I said before on the podcast, I've played about an hour of the game. It's very competitive. If we were all to have a code and we were all to play like as a team of 4 against another team, we'd probably have a lot of fun. But jumping in as a solo player when you're not communicating, it's like trying to play a football match with, like,
with a gag.
That's it. Stuff across your mouth.
I don't want to help. I was enjoying the.
I thought he was trying to find another word.
Well, I was trying to say,
right, I'll give him the simple one, and then
I was
maybe he'll
thinking,
come up with the.
oh, finally, this is it. He's dying.
I was thinking blindfold, but I know I was like,
But that doesn't go over my mouth. Hang on, what?
I was so confused. But yeah, no. So imagine trying to play any team sport game where you can't speak to your teammates. That's what it would be like when you're not playing.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
fucking hard, and it's not very fun.
It wouldn't be.
And it's not the kind of game where you can have one person carry you, like one person being really good and you kind of get used to it. It's a competitive arena game. So, but yeah, if you were looking for that kind of thing, then 10th of May, same day as Lake Ridden, it's coming to PS4 and Xbox One, and it's getting a full release on PC. Obviously, if you have an early access code, it will just carry over with a big update. And finally, Flipping Death, a game that I've been looking forward to for quite a while. It's finally got a release window. It's coming out in August. August this year. It was meant to be last year, end of last year. It was meant to be beginning of this year. Now they're saying August. It's coming to Nintendo Switch, PS4, Xbox One, and PC.
This is actually coming.
Yeah, I think so.
It does look really good, so I'm willing to put up with the constant.
Well,
it's going to come out.
There's some not issues, but Zoink, who are developing it, I can't remember the other company now, but they merged companies with another team, so that probably put it back a little bit. But yeah, it's from the guys who made Stick It to the Man, isn't it? Which is this very kind of 2D, not tearaway-esque, but that 2D paper kind of visuals. I don't know how to explain it.
You remember Paper Mario where you could flip between the two worlds?
Yes.
It's got that sort of idea behind it, but it's very much the sort of Tim Burton-esque drawing style. Okay. So, you know, that Nightmare Before Christmas, not quite Nightmare, but that sort of thing to
That's
it.
What you're saying.
And you're dead, and you're in the afterlife, and you've got to switch. You've got to help the dead by flipping into the real world and possessing things to guide people to solve puzzles. It's all very weird.
Sounds cool.
Very funny.
Yeah.
And, yeah, as I said, it reminded me a lot of Tim Burton. And in a way, Neil Gaiman's sort of writing. With it was that very odd sort of hang on, this kind of makes sense. I can believe this. You know, like Neverwhere is sort of everyone's named after that. You should read it. It's fucking amazing. It's a brilliant book. But you don't know Neverwhere. No. Okay, you two read Gaiman, fucking though. Neverwhere.
Sorry?
You know Neil Gaiman though, right?
Yeah.
Stardust. He knows Stardust. You know, Take That did a song for it.
You remember Stardust,
mate? I'm fucking existing.
Mate, that theme tune plays in my head every morning I wake up.
What's the theme tune? I always take that.
Light the skies up above me. Do you remember that?
We got to stop it for copyright reasons.
Oh, that's a good point. We're going to get
because I'm so in tune.
He's so in tune that we get done for it. But yeah, flipping death looks really good.
Well, Sticking It to the Man was really fun, and like the whole name of the title is you're sticking it to the man. You're basically taking the piss out.
Sticking it to man.
Yeah.
And I think Flipping Death is doing the same sort of thing as in, you know, flipping
2 fingers up.
Death.
Yeah.
I get it.
And that's the news.
That's
the news. We've got through the news in good time, I reckon. So we're now going to talk about. Oh, actually, I don't want to talk now because we're going to cut the video because I'm not.
That's what
we're done.
That's what we do. We like keeping you on your toes.
Peace out.
What position are we going to be in next time you see us? So the final topic this week is we're going to talk. Obviously, we've been at EGX Res 2 weeks ago, and we had our content going up for that. What?
No one's going to notice.
Oh, but there are obviously other huge gaming events out there. There's probably 7 or 8 that are kind of top of the bill throughout the year, and we're just going to kind of, as a group, talk about. I mean, I know. As in Incredible, our ambitions to where we want to go, what ones we want to be at, and ones that are highlighted for us. But some people listening on who, obviously, we live in the UK. A lot of our listeners probably don't live in the UK. And if they're into indie games, it would be nice to talk about what ones they can go to, what ones are up
What events?
What events, yeah. Because, I mean, let's get a big one out of the way at first. E3 isn't an indie game event. Like, as gamers and as a gamer, it's probably the event I'd want to go to most because it's where you get the announcements. It's where you get the hype. It's where you go there and it's come and sit in this room and watch Spencer. Someone Spencer. Xbox.
Oh, the
guy who does Xbox. I almost said
Who's
Neil
the guy?
Spencer.
What's his name
it's
again?
not Neil Spencer.
I
was getting confused between Neil Druckmann and
I don't know. Xbox
Mr. Spencer.
Basically, E3 is the biggest game.
Yeah, but then
you get to see Major Nelson run round and go, "Oh, I'm only 80. Let's continue."
But the idea is sitting there and
that is.
You don't know Major Nelson?
Major Nelson.
He's like the social manager for Xbox.
Oh. But the idea of sitting there in one of those theatres, watching that show live, and all these games being revealed for the first time is something that I'd be like, "Wow, this is amazing." But it's not indie games. So I was going to get that way. That's all we're probably going to say on E3, do you reckon? Because
it's not the right answer, is it?
It's a true trade show, and it's not an indie game.
It is a trade show. It's not there for indie games.
Well, we'll say Xbox last year done a very good job of getting some indie games out.
They did a really good job of selling Porsche.
They fucking did.
Yeah, that was last year.
That was last year.
That seems like a millennia ago.
Hey, get ready for the brand new Xbox. Look at our Porsche.
Just so weird. It was so weird.
To be honest, we've got nothing good.
What was worse than that though was the fact that they spent 5 minutes selling Minecraft in 4K.
That was awesome.
That's what you want though.
I'm like, oh wow,
4K Minecraft.
Yeah, I want to see the pixels that make up the pixels.
Yes.
Right?
Those blocks look just the same.
See, the VR stuff I thought was really cool, where they put the VR headset, sat in, and was like, okay, that's cool. And they're like, but it's in 4K. Why?
Yeah, and they had that really. Who was it who had that weird?
Shh, don't question the 4K. Just look at the Porsche. Look at the Porsche.
Isn't
Porsche.
it nice?
Isn't it nice?
Was it EA that had that STEM thing? They had this weird we're making this new division called STEM, and it was like organic video games building itself.
That's Sega, wasn't it?
No,
I'm thinking of.
But they
showed.
showed it, did not really explain what it was, and it finished. And everyone was like, "What the fuck was that?" Like, why would you show something off when you're not giving a clear definition of what it is?
Yeah.
The best is still from the EA conference.
Oh, is it the YouTuber?
The YouTuber.
Yes.
When he just melts down.
That is so hard to watch.
Just play it.
He doesn't know what's going on. He doesn't know who he's talking to.
Is it Need for Speed?
Yeah, it's Need for Speed.
I'm joined by.
Oh, the poor guy.
Literally melts.
It's awful.
Shit.
That is. I've been watching it live, thinking, is this guy for real? Is he?
That was EA's thing, wasn't it?
Yeah. There is a beautiful moment in that where in his eyes you can see him die.
Yeah.
There's that whole moment where it just freezes and the camera, you can imagine the camera just going straight into his face and it's just like...
His eyes glaze over.
Yeah.
And it's just like, oh no.
But yeah, no, so we did say that's all we
Beautiful
mentioned on E3, but that is E3. So other ones we've got that I should know of, and I've got rough numbers for them in terms of indie games on show at these events. PAX, both PAX South, PAX East, PAX West, if you want to go for all three. PAX South seems to be the bigger one out of them all. Gamescom.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What was the other one? Oh, PSX has quite a few indie games now. The PlayStation Experience one.
Yeah.
Paris Games Week has quite for indie
good.
games.
It's quite good for indie games.
And I'm sure
he's already bored of Paris.
Yeah.
Been
there once, so
GDC is very good for indie games. So, although it's not actually,
what's the best then?
GDC isn't actually a gaming conference, but anyone can go along to it, and it's in different events in San Francisco. It's Game Developers Conference, but because it's Game Developers Conference, you got all the people there taking their gaming ideas that often end up being indie games, but they're like, we're doing this because Tim Schafer's going to come along and play our game and give us feedback on our game. It's like open source, so he'll come along and say, "Oh, why don't you try doing this?" But you can go along as public, you buy a ticket and play the games as well. So there's a lot of indie games there that are very long off. Like some of them completely change.
Well, then it's got to be GDC because then you can go to Ghirardelli's and have all that nice chocolate, and then head up to Haight Ashbury and have some brownies. It's not really about the indie games, it's about the experience.
So it's excellent.
So in terms of numbers, Gamescom has on average 600 indie games on show.
That's a lot.
PAX South has on average 1,500.
Whoa, I didn't actually think the number would go up.
1,500. Now that is obviously taking into consideration AR, VR, mobile, like all that stuff.
Yeah.
So there's a lot going on there. But that's only recently PAX has had it. So I suppose the first question is, which one would we like to go to as individuals first?
I'd like to go to PAX. PAX South probably, yeah.
Boston, I believe, is PAX South.
But I think that's the one that, for me, it's the one everyone knows. It's one of those ones. When you say PAX, everyone knows it. Yeah, I'm going to get to there and I'm going to get to play a shitload of indie games, but I'm also going to get to...
And developers always email saying, "You coming to PAX?"
Yeah.
No, I'm in the UK.
Yeah, or you get shitloads of
you
PAX.
Yeah.
Or messages going, "Just finished PAX, I will get that shit to you. I just need to sober up."
Yeah.
And you're like, yeah, okay. You're like, fucking PAX sounds like a party.
Yeah. PAX
I
does
want to be
sound good.
there.
It's a week long. It's a weekend. It's a weekend event. Same as like
Feels
EGX
like a
Res.
week.
And it's literally just before EGX.
Yeah.
Rest. So.
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, the weekend before. Or it was this year anyway.
Yeah.
And
one day.
So that'd be immense.
I think realistically,
we do PAX, and then we get 3 days of
Rest.
recovery, and then EGX Res.
I think realistically, as
the
an
burnout would be
outfit,
insane.
as a company, I do think Gamescom's probably the more realistic target first, purely because it's Germany accommodation over there, flights over there.
Well, we weren't dealing with realism, were we?
No, because I think we're all in agreement. Like I said, out of all of them, E3 as a gamer is what I'd love to go to.
See, I don't want to go.
You can't go there. You can go there as a public, but you can't go to. I want to go for the conferences. I can only get in the conferences with a press pass.
That's the thing. I'd only enjoy it as press.
I don't want to walk around the floor and play. I want to just sit in there.
It's going to be overly crowded. You're not going to get on anything.
My problem with the whole thing is it's way too sterile. It is way too produced.
That's where you get the cringy stuff.
So exactly.
Overproduced.
And I don't want that. When I go and see my games, I don't want to be sitting there going, "Yeah, great, brilliant."
But I mean, we all know that I love getting overexcited about things.
Yeah,
so,
as do I.
So when we're watching stuff, like when I'm watching something at home on E3, then you see those like Americans crying, "Oh my god, they've announced Beyond Good and Evil 2," and like go mental. I reckon if I was in the room, I'd be one of them. I'd be like, "Oh my god, I don't even know the game, but it's amazing."
Well, I wouldn't do that.
There's a guy from I always talk the guy I actually like from IGN on the UK podcast. He has a story about when he was like really hungover and they were watching the Nintendo one quite a few years back. And he said it was pretty boring and they had no big announcements. He said when they announced Luigi's Mansions 2, he said and people lost their he was like, what the fuck is going on? He was like, he felt he was in an alternative reality. Because like, he said people lost their shit. They were like throwing papers in the air like, yes! And he was sitting there like, it's fucking Luigi Mansion. It's a good game, mate, but fucking hell. Because he always talks about how Americans just get way overexcited.
But also in those audience, they have people paid to shout and scream.
Yeah.
If your game's that good, you don't need to pay people.
No, I don't see the whole point of it. But no, I think... So as a gamer, I would love to go to the conferences. That's probably fucking miles away until we even get any kind of press pass for E3 and be able to get out there. And it wouldn't be beneficial to us as a company.
No.
But apart from the Not So Indie show, that might help out a bit. But no, I think Gamescom or GDC are my big ones. I'd like to go PAX, but actually I would rather go GDC over PAX. I don't know why.
I've been to San Francisco before.
Is that the idea?
Maybe I've never been to San Francisco, and I'd always wanted to go to San Francisco.
They've been to America, so it doesn't make a difference.
And just all this stuff I saw coming out of GDC this year, I was like, that looks really cool. And yeah, I don't know why. Like PAX looks amazing, and I'd love to go to PAX. I wouldn't say no, but personally, I would like to get the GDC over PAX if I could. Weird. I'm weird. Go on then, Tom. What about you?
What would you?
I'm with PAX.
PAX.
I'm with Dan.
I'm with PAX.
You're with PAX?
Yeah, absolutely PAX. Yeah, and it's because it's more well known and just on sheer numbers. Even though probably a lot of it is going to be dog shit, there is a lot more games there.
But PAX also gets a lot of not announcements in terms of E3, but like leading up to it, it's like we're going to be at PAX. This is our new game. Never been playable.
Never been played. PAX is where you get to play it for the first time.
Yeah.
But and where they,
I think it was PAX.
You must be able to get so much free shit.
PAX East
so much free shit.
Well, PAX. I think it was
Do you want
PAX
a pen
East
stock?
last
Yeah,
time.
T-shirt. Yes, posters. I've got posters all over my floor. They're not going up. I just wanted free shit.
Swap them.
After you spoke about that game, Watam, the green square, Watam. It was a green square. You had a bowler hat on. You're walking around. You spoke about it fucking ages ago.
Jesus, fuck yes, yeah.
So after you spoke about that, I think it was PAX West that was happening like that around Christmas time. They had the Watam badges there.
Did they really?
And I was like, fuck's sake, like, yeah. It was.
We're going to have those badges.
But all that, like that's
like my little Ooblets badge. I'm not as excited by Ooblets as you guys are. I think it's going to be a great game, but still, I've got a fucking Ooblets badge.
He has a proud place on my coffee table. He sits there watching us.
I think I've dreamt that game twice this week.
No, it's not. I feel safe, Dan, okay?
Not until you have Rad Lad. You feel safe.
Snappy Claw.
My boy.
They got Rad Lad t-shirts now.
I know, I want one.
Yeah, they're
I want
cool.
one desperately, yeah.
Man, I reckon I dreamt about that game twice this week.
Just fuck off.
Beat off over it once and dreamt about it twice.
Fuck, this is why I sit that side. Because I got the door to get the fuck out.
Speaking of
now
sitting
I'm
on this
trapped.
side, it's a whole new world.
It's a whole new world.
I can see the wall. And I mean, not to out us on the podcast, but it looks way more damp.
I should probably say, actually, because audio listeners have no idea what I'm about.
They can hear.
For audio listeners, Dan and Tom have swapped seats. They always sit in the same seats normally, and they've swapped the sides.
Yeah,
so,
it's a podcast.
And it's completely thrown Tom. That's why he's been useless the last 10 minutes.
I think I've lit up
So
in the
we've
last 10
agreed
minutes
PAX
of anything.
and GDC.
PAX, GDC.
Well, PAX.
I mean,
And realistically,
as a team,
we're going to be able to go to
Gamescom, first. Because, I mean, if you're getting on the business side of things about boring people, Gamescom's probably going to be like a £2,000 to £3,000 outlay to get us there, get us accommodation. PAX, you're probably looking at over £5,000.
Yeah,
like,
easily. And that's just the beer bill.
Yeah. Yeah. And when we go, we want to do it
got
properly.
alcoholism
Like,
going.
but no, that's so if you are in
I
America,
brought a whole bottle of whiskey to get me through this podcast.
I know, I'm like
If you,
salivating. I'm like,
just
I don't
like,
even like whiskey. But
if you are in America, then any of the packs is that, and they're very good at updating their Twitter. Following them on Twitter, they kind of say what games are coming, and they have fucking shitloads of indies.
Yeah.
If you're in Europe, then Gamescom's probably the best for you. Or GDC again if you're in America. If you're in the UK, then
Res
is the
all about
best.
Res, isn't it?
Res is the
EGX
best.
itself has a pretty decent Res
Yeah, I'd say it's
section.
decent.
It's
but
okay.
it's not as good as Res.
It's nowhere near as good as
And then
Res.
the smallest one that they do in the UK is Insomnia.
Yeah.
Insomniac.
Which is where?
No, that's the developer.
that's the developer.
Insomnia, which is in Birmingham.
Which is
again.
Birmingham
They're all
as
in
well.
Birmingham.
Yeah.
Fucking stop it!
Yeah.
I'm from Brighton, guys.
Comic Con
From
doesn't. Comic Con in San Diego has a
Diego.
big gaming section.
See, I want to do that. Oh
Over
my God,
here-
I want to do San Diego.
Over
Comic
here,
Con.
it
Oh,
does
no, that is
so
not
bad.
have. Over here, the gaming. It's
I don't
mostly.
know where it is.
There is gaming there, but it's
Yeah,
mostly
but there's no,
Japanese
like-
imports. And they sell like physical copies of games that people
To
have
be
got
fair,
like
when I went, it was a long
massive,
time ago now.
like massive.
Like 6 years ago.
Next month,
you know
isn't
these
it?
weird,
Is it?
Yeah.
these weird quirky Japanese JRPG games that like we've never heard of, but people fucking love.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in Japan
They
they're
sell
huge,
like
yeah.
they sell like physical copies of those, and people go mental for them, like £100 for a physical copy, and they're like, I want
Christ.
3 of them. Yeah, cool. But yeah, that's gonna wrap it up.
Hey, is that our
Hey.
show?
That is episode 42 of the Incredible Podcast, wrapped up in a nice little bubble wrap, sprinkled with some Taylor Swift magic, and sent out to you guys for your pleasurable ears. I just farted.
Your pleasurable ears and with a guff.
Yeah.
I'm sorry this was
I don't know why I
podcast.
announced that, because they definitely wouldn't have heard it.
No, it sounded like a chair squeak.
Did it?
Because the chair
Yeah,
squeaked.
I
It was
barely
instant,
heard
like,
it, yeah.
it was nervous, like, I just farted. I'm really sorry, I didn't mean to. Yeah. Like that, how's your mum? Oh, she died.
Oh, I was about to say, what the fuck are you
what's
going on there?
That's pre-show, so if you...
Yeah, if you're a patron, you know what that was
so
about.
which leads us into, as I said at the beginning of the show, you can find us obviously on YouTube, and we do recommend it because any game we spoke about in our news section especially, and what we played, will be a trailer up behind us. So you can kind of get an idea of games like Ritual and Lake Ridden that have just announced a new trailer. I don't know if you saw it for the release date trailer. It's pretty cool. It's seen footage in there that we've not seen before. So you'll get to see the trailers if you watch us on the actual video on YouTube. We're available on iTunes, we're available on SoundCloud, lots of other podcast services if you just want audio. And if you do like what we do, guys, then why not subscribe to us, because you'll get pushed through each time. If you read the thumbnail title and you're like, actually, that doesn't sound my cup of tea, so what? But then you never know. We might have one that you go, that sounds like an absolute banger. Because it normally is a banger, I'm not going to lie. And finally, if you really like what you do, then you can find us over on patreon.com/IndieCredible. $1 a month will get you exclusive pre- and post-show content that only is ever available on Patreon. Never goes anywhere else. And it's normally about 30 minutes a week, so it's quite a lot.
Yeah.
And we talk about absolute nonsense, like that reference we just made there, and cringe combination. I always say combinations.
Cringe combinations.
How do you pronounce that?
Compilations.
Compilations. Cringe
right.
compilations.
You just made me like I was wrong.
No, I was trying to figure out what he was talking about. Then
You
you
know.
said compilation.
Yeah.
And that was like, that's nothing like he was trying to say.
Yeah, but that's what $1 will get you, us talking absolute nonsense. It will also get you audio week early access to 2 monthly shows. $3 gets you video and audio early access to 2 monthly shows. And then $5 gets you in the Big Boy Club, and you get your name scrolling across
I
at the
love
beginning.
that name.
The Big Boy Club.
Can you say that from now
Can it
on?
be the Big Boy Club?
Members of the Big Boy Club.
Yeah,
Next
like
week
it.
it'll be Big
Across,
Boy
yeah.
Club, yeah.
Wicked.
Yes.
But yeah, so I've been Lewis. You can find me at What's Up Woody. Dan?
I've obviously been Dan, and you can find me at the Dice Bear.
Although it now says Shriek and Profit Tom.
Yes,
Not really bothered
you
changing
can
it.
find me at the Dice Bear over here, and just type the Dice Bear in, and you will find me.
Yeah. And Tom, okay.
Every time. All right. I'm Tom. I'm part of the podcast. I have been for a long time. Okay.
Really? Yeah.
Dude, what is your Twitter handle? That's what we're pimping now.
It's at Shriek and Profit. It's right there. It's on the screen every time. I know audio listeners fine, whatever. But it's linked.
Danny
it's linked in
Glover.
the description.
Danny Glover and Donald Glover are both massive fans of Shriek and Profit.
They are.
I've added that.
Inconsequential, but they both are.
Yeah,
Yeah.
massive fans.
So yeah, until next week, guys, thank you so much for watching, listening, whatever you chose to do, and stay indie credible. I'm going to make it stick.
It's not going to stick.
It is.
It's not.
Stay indie credible.
Don't do it.